Uh, Good morning, lecturer and vulnerable and online classmates. And today our group will present our topic. Teacher, can you move to the next slide? Uh, our group will present the topic about teaching grammar based on chapter 9, teaching grammar from Jeremy Hammer's book, The Practice of English Language Teaching, 5th edition. And my name is Saiha, and I'm from Group 7. And I got 3 members to present this topic in 15 slides, separated to each member for 5 each. Yes, thank you. Move to the content teachers. Yes. So grammar overview first. So grammar is
thành gốc thành bên này nhảy nhảy á.
យើងជួយបិទ slide ជួយបិទ mute តិចទៅបាទ
go on. Sorry,
Okay,
teachers.
please.
So grammar has always been a central topic in English language teaching. So, however, the way teachers teach grammar has changed over time. In traditional grammar classrooms, grammar was often taught through memorizing rules and completing exercises. But in modern TESOL approaches, grammar teaching focuses more on helping learners understand how grammar works in real communication. So in this presentation, we will explore 4 main stages of grammar teaching. Sorry, teacher, the content first. Yes, thank you. So the first one is introducing grammar, so which focuses on how teachers present new grammatical structures. And the second one is about discovering grammar, which focuses on how learners explore and understand grammar patterns. And the third, practicing grammar, which focuses on how learners move from understanding grammar to using it accurately and fluently. So we will also discuss deductive and inductive approaches and the use of grammar games as communicative activities. Next slide, teachers. So for learning objectives. So before discussing grammar teaching techniques, it is important to understand what we aim to achieve. So the first objective is to define grammar. So in language teaching, grammar is not simply a collection of rules. It is a system that explains how words, phrases, and sentences are organized to create meaning. So the second objective is to understand why grammar teaching is important. Although communicative approaches emphasize fluency, grammar still plays an important role because learners need grammatical knowledge to express ideas clearly. So the third objective is to compare two approaches. The deductive approach, where teachers present rules first and students practice afterwards. And the inductive approach, where students examine examples and discover rules by themselves. So the fourth objective is to explore grammar discovery and practice activities that encourage students to become active language users. So finally, we will evaluate grammar games and discuss how they can make grammar learning more interactive. So thank you for that slide. To move to the next slide, lecturers. So you can see the question, why teach grammar? So grammar is one of the foundations of language learning because it allows learners to communicate meaning accurately. Some people argue that communication is more important than grammar accuracy. For example, if a learner say, yesterday I go market. So the listener may understand the meaning. However, incorrect grammar can sometimes create confusion, especially in academic, professional, or formal communication. The grammar helps learners in 4 important areas. So the first one is to accurate communication. The grammar helps learners produce sentences that are understandable and appropriate. Example, I give you example like I have lived here for 5 years. So this sentence has a different meaning from I live here for 5 years. So the grammar difference changes the meaning. So the second one is meaningful expression. Grammar allows learner to express time, possibility, condition, relationships between ideas. I can give you example like if I studied harder, I would pass the exam. So the grammar express an imagined situation. So the third one is about speaking and writing development. I think without grammar knowledge, learners may have vocabulary but struggle to organize ideas. For example, a yesterday movie watch. So the vocabulary is understandable, but the grammar has organized. So we can change to I watched a movie yesterday. So the fourth is about learner confidence. So when students understand grammar, they often feel more confident speaking and writing. However, modern TESOL does not support teaching grammar only through memorization. Grammar should be connected to communication and meaningful context. Thank you. Can you move to the next slide? Hammer's views of grammar. Jeremy Hammer emphasizes that grammar teaching should involve 3 important dimensions. So the dimension 1 is about the form. Form refers to the structure or appearance of grammar. Example, like present continuous. So the form of present continuous is subject plus be plus verb ing. Examples, she is studying or they are working. Students need to understand how sentences are formed. However, knowing the form alone is not enough. A student may know subject, verb plus object, but still not know when to use different structures. Meaning. The second one is meaning. So meaning refers to what the grammar communicates. Example, like she is reading. The meaning is not only the structure, it shows an action happening now. So we can compare with she reads. This usually describes a habit or regular activity. So the grammar form change the meaning. And the third one is use. Use refers to the situation where grammar is appropriate. For example, like present perfect. I have visited Singapore. So we use it when talking about life experiences without focusing on the exact time. Therefore, effective grammar teaching should answer 3 questions. So what is the form? What does it mean? And when and why do we use it? The final goal is not grammar knowledge itself, but the ability to communicate effectively. Can you move to the next slide, teachers? So that slide is about introducing grammar. So introducing grammar is the first step of grammar teaching. According to Hammer, teachers should avoid presenting grammar as isolated rules. Instead, grammar should be introduced through meaningful context. So there are several ways teachers can introduce grammar. The first one is about the situations. Teacher create a situation where grammar naturally appears. Example, like the teacher shows a picture of students doing activities. And teacher asks, what is he doing? A student answer, he is reading. Through the situation, students understand the meaning before starting the rule. And the teacher should show the pictures. So the second one is pictures. Pictures are useful because they provide visual support. For lower level learners, pictures reduce language difficulty and help students understand grammar concepts. Example, the picture of yesterday's activities. I play football. She cook dinner. Students connect the grammar with the real events. And the third one is about the dialogues. Dialogues expose students to grammar in communication. Example, like student A, what are you doing? Student B, I am preparing my homework. Students see grammar functioning in real interactions. The first one is about stories. Stories create a meaningful context. For example, when teaching present, teachers can tell a story. The last weekend, I visited my grandmother. I watched a movie and cooked dinner. Students notice the repeated past tense forms. And the fifth is about videos. So videos also provide authentic language input. Students can observe pronunciation, grammar use, and also real communication. Therefore, introducing grammar should move from meaning to form and to practice, rather than only rule explanation. Thank you. That's all for my part. And go to the next members. Thank you. So,
Okay, thank you. This is Rick Howe speaking, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you, Rick Howe, yeah, for your
No,
nice
It's a
presentation.
has. It's a
Oh,
has. Yes.
say hi.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, say hi for your nice presentation. Okay, let's move to the next. Okay.
Good morning, lecturer, and good
Yes, good
morning,
morning.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Rick Ho, and
Yes.
also I'm responsible for deductive and inductive approach.
លោកគ្រូហើយស្ដាប់អត់បានទេឮវល់វល់
Do you hear me now?
Yes, I have heard clearly. And
គឺ
how
វិញ
about
ខ្ញុំស្ដាប់អត់
everyone?
បានទេចា៎
And how about everyone?
How about everyone? Do you hear me clearly?
Yeah, clearly.
Yes,
Not so
please.
good, but we can.
Okay, I can start now, right?
Yes. Okay, so
Okay,
Navi, can you find any silent place? Navi, this is Navi concern, right? Okay, so please continue, Rick. How? Please, how?
okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, there are two main way that we attempt to teach grammar. In here, I will state in two ways, deductively and inductively. Both deductive and inductive teaching have their pro and con, and which approach we use when we can depend on number of factors such as nature of language being taught and a preference of a teacher and learner. The deductive approach may be suitable for lower level of learner who need clear best form with to begin with a new language item or with a learner who are accustomed to more traditional approach and so with lack of training to find the rule themselves. So in here, I want to ask someone, really want a question. So what is deductive approach? So everyone please answer freely by yourself, by your understanding. So who can answer this question? What is deductive approach?
Okay, so everyone, you can join.
Based on my remembers, I think deductive approach refer to, I mean, when the teacher try to present the rule, the grammar structure to the student, right, before they learn. After that, they can give example after, I mean, later, right?
Okay, thank you, Venerable. You are right. So deductive approach, it means the teacher give the rule first. After that, teacher provide example and let student practice. A deductive approach to grammar teaching is a rule-driven teacher-centered method where the instructor present a grammatical rule first and then demonstrate them with example and finally require students to apply the rule through a practice exercise by giving a paper or ask students to make example by themselves. And also in deductive approach, teacher need to do 4 steps okay, to use in the deductive approach. The first step is teacher give the rule first. So teacher start the lesson by clearly starting the concept and define the rule. And through solving example, after teacher give the rule already, teacher show the example to the student that student can work together. And number 3, guide the practice. Teacher will give the paper to the student to practice by they understand from what teacher explained. And the last, let student practice alone. So after teacher give a form, so example, try practice, and then the last teacher will ask student to practice the exercise by themselves. A teacher can give them like a worksheet or quizzes or ask them to make a sentence or clarify the structure. And I will also state or present about the advantages of deductive approach. As I mentioned above, uh, deductive and inductive, they are both have pro and con. So here deductive approach, I will state 3 advantages. So the first, clear explanation. In here, I mean that the student receive directly information about the grammar rule. This can be useful for learner who prefer structured learning. And 2, save time or time efficient. Save time, I mean that teacher can explain a completed grammar quickly, which is useful when the classroom time is limited because teacher can explain to a whole student in the class and the student concentrate to what teacher explained. And number 3, useful for advanced learners. Adult learner, especially university students, may appreciate understanding the logical behind the grammar rule because for university students they need to be logical with grammar and structure, and that's why deductive approach is important for them. And also, however, deductive approach also has a weakness or disadvantages. Weakness, it means that because of the teacher talking time, teacher talk too much, the student will get bored. And the student uh, get bored because they aren't active in the class, because they just listen to the teacher. And also, student may easy to forget what teacher explained because teacher explained too much and spent for a long time, and they easily to forget, and it forget quickly after the lesson in. And because the teacher talk too much, the student don't get enough time to practice speaking or using language. I mean that because of teacher give more explanation, some student maybe they get bored in the class because some student they are weak, they cannot understand much about a teacher explanation, so the student will get bored. And the last, in deductive approach, maybe the student they are good at of testing or they are good at of doing exercise, but maybe they are bad of speaking because they have no chance to practice speaking in the class with different because they can only listen to the teacher. In short, the deductive approach is fast, but it makes the student passive, bored, like forget what they learn. Okay, teacher, can you move to the next slide? Okay, in deductive approach. In deductive approach, it means that teacher give example first, observation, discovery, and teacher clarify the rule. Instead of giving the rule immediately, teacher provide example and allow student to discover the pattern or discover the structure or form of that grammar. I just give you example. Teacher give a sentence or the teacher write the sentence on the board. Example, I play football yesterday. She visited her parents last week. And teacher can ask a student a question. That student can analyze the grammar. Example, I and C. How do we call? And play and visit. How do we call? And the student need to discovery or analysis the sentences on the board by giving the example I and C we call subject and visited and play we call verb to like that. And also in deductive approach, teacher has some role. Teacher is we can say facilitator. Teacher just demonstrate the grammar only, and also teacher just provide example and asking the question to the student, and teacher can support the student, or teacher can allow the student to work in group. Teacher just walk around the classroom and to check that they are working together or not. And also in deductive approach also has a benefit. So in deductive approach can provide a student center that the student can work in group and discuss, and they can see the idea what they understand from the grammar. And also it is critical thinking for the student, that it means student can see their own idea in a group. And the last is better understanding because the student can see the idea and discuss and ask and answer a question with partner in the group, and they can get better understand. The teacher can move to the next slide. Okay, so in this slide, we are going to compare between deductive and inductive approach. So as I mentioned above, deductive approach, it means teacher give the rule first, example, and teacher as student do the exercise. And also called teacher center because teacher speak too much, teacher speaking tongue. And also in the deductive approach, teacher can go faster because teacher can explain as a whole class. But in deductive approach, teacher just give example to the student, and the student themselves just analysis or discovery. After that, clarify the rule. In deductive approach, we call student center or student approach, because the student can produce the idea by themselves, can see the knowledge to the student in the group or the student in the class. And also we, in deductive approach, we call active learning because the students are active. The student discuss the grammar, and also it is a critical thinking. The last is better understanding. The reason why in deductive approach, students themselves they produce their knowledge class. Teacher, can you move to the next slide? Okay, here discovering grammar. Discovering grammar refer to the process we learners actively explore grammatical patterns. This approach reflects modern view of learning where the students are not passive review, uh, review of the knowledge. Instead of learner conducting their own understanding. In discovering grammar, teacher also has some activity, or we can say teacher role in discovering grammar. So the first role of teacher is that guides. So the teacher just provides materials and give example to student, and the student themselves just sing and work together. And the second is facilitator. Facilitator, it means the teacher just encourage the student to discuss in group or work in peer. The student just walk around the class to check that all the students in group they are working together or not. They try to discuss or not. They try to work together or not. And the last questioner. Questioner, it means that teacher only ask the question to the student and help the student understand better. After the student give the topic to the after the teacher give the topic to the student already, teacher just ask a question to the student. And teacher, can you move to the next slide? Okay, in here I will demonstrate about um, the first technique is that guys discovery. Guide discovery, it means the teacher gives student example and guiding a question. Just example like I have eaten breakfast. Teacher can ask which word come after tail, and the student can answer. So verb three like that. And the next technique, text analysis. Text analysis, uh, student just examine the grammar or a sentence in a text. Example, teacher provides short article or short dialogue. The student underline example of a past tense or what teacher gives them to do. And the last one, or not the last one, number three, peer discussion. Peer discussion, students need to work together and analyze the grammar. This encourages students to negotiate of the meaning of the structure or form. And the last, negotiating activity. So here, students just know the grammar feature in real language. According to the learner, the language learning, the theory notice that it's important because the learner need to recognize the language pattern before they require. In this technique also has a benefit like active learning, provide the student to work and better retention and learner autonomy. So all these techniques, the teacher can use differently according to the ability of the student or the level of the student. As I mentioned above, every technique of teaching grammar, it has both. It has advantages and disadvantages. And thank teacher and everyone. My point is finished. So thank you and go to the next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Hao, for your nice presentation. So now move to the next presenter, please.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say good morning, lecturers.
Yes,
good
good
morning,
morning,
Venerable, and good morning, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Sim Sehe and Mr. Rukhu for explaining the previous sections. Now I will continue our presentation by talking about practicing grammar. So after students learn a grammar rule and understand how it works, they need opportunity to practice it. Simply knowing a grammar rule does not mean student can use it correctly in real communication. Grammar practice helps students move from knowledge to ability and finally to communication. For example, a student may know that the third person singular in the present simple take as, but they may still say he go to school instead of he goes to school. This show how this show that knowing the rule is not enough. Students need repeated practice until using the grammar become automatic. According to Hammer, there are 3 types of grammar practice. The first is control practice. In this activity, students have limited choices because the teacher gives clear instruction. The main purpose is to improve accuracy. For example, students complete the sentence, she to school every day. The correct answer is goes. The second is semi-control practice. Students have more freedom to create their own sentences while still using the target grammar. For example, using the word usually, coffee, and drink. Students can make the sentence like I usually drink coffee. Finally, is free practice. It allows student to use grammar naturally in communication. For example, students discuss questions like what do you usually do on weekend. This stage helps students become more fluent and confident in using grammar in real life. Please move to the next slide, teacher. Now we'll talk about the practice continuum. Grammar practice should gradually move from control activity to communicative activity. This process is called the practice continuum because students slowly become more independent. At the beginning, students need more support from the teachers. The main focus is accuracy, so students focus using grammar correctly before trying to communicate freely. The teacher provides example, correction, and guardian. As students become more confident, they need more freedom at this stage. The focus changed from accuracy to fluency. Students are encouraged to impress their own idea using the grammar they have learned. Even if they make small mistakes, the goal is effective communication. For example, the teaching when teaching the future tense, the lesson begin with control practice. The teacher give a sentence such as I will travel tomorrow, and student repeat or complete similar sentence. Next come with semi-control practice, where students make their own plan using will, such as I will visit my grandparents this weekend. Finally, using free practice, students discuss their future goal, dreams, or holiday plans using the target grammar naturally. And a successful grammar lesson should always balance accuracy and communication so students learn both correct grammar and real life language use. And teacher, please move to the next slide. And in this slide, I will explain about grammar game. Many students think grammar is difficult because they often associate it with rule, exercise, and test. Grammar game help change this attitude by creating a more enjoyable, relaxed, and meaningful learning environment. There are several important benefits of grammar game. The first benefit is motivation. Game make lesson more interested and encourage students to participate actively because learning become fun. The second benefit is interaction. During games, students work together, ask questions, answer each other, and communicate in English. This gives them more opportunity to practice the language. And the third benefit is confidence. Since game create a friendly atmosphere, students are less afraid of making mistakes. They become more willing to speak and try using the grammar structure. Another important benefit is retention. Students remember grammar between when they actually use it instead of only listening to explanation or memorizing rule. However, grammar games should not be used only for the entertainment. Every game should have a clear language objective. In other words, students should know which grammar point they are practicing. When games are carefully played, they help students improve both their grammar knowledge and their communication skill. And teacher, please move to the next slide. And now we'll introduce some examples of grammar games. The first activity is called Find Someone Who. Students walk around the classroom asking classmates questions. For example, they may ask, "Have you ever eaten sushi?" This activity gives students many chance to practice the present perfect tense while communicating with different classmates. And the second activity is sentence action. Sentence action, students receive several sentences and decide which one are grammatically correct. For example, they may see the sentence "She has went to school." Students need to identify the mistake and explain the correct sentence is "She has gone to school." This activity help improve grammar awareness. And another game is board race. Students compete in team to write correct sentence on the board as quickly as possible. This activity review grammar while encouraging teamwork and active participation. And the final example is the information gate activity. In this activity, each student has different information, so they must communicate with each other to complete the task. The purpose is to create real communication while practicing grammar naturally. These examples show that grammar does not have to be taught only through explanation. It can also be taught through interactive, meaningful, and enjoyable activity. And next slide, please. Yes, finally, I will conclude our presentation. Grammar teachings remain an important part of English language teaching because grammar help learner communicate clearly and accurately. However, the way grammar is taught has changed over time. Today, grammar teaching is no longer only about memorizing rules. Instead, we focus on helping students understand grammar, practice it in meaningful situation, and use it confidently in real communication. There are three main points from our presentation. First, grammar support meaningful communication and help learners express their idea effectively. Second, both the deductive approach, where the teachers explain the rule first, and the inductive approach, where students discover the rules themselves, have their own sorry, advantages. Teacher should choose the most suitable approach depending on the learner's lesson objective and the classroom situation. Third, grammar discovery, regular practice, and grammar game help students develop both accuracy and fluency, making learning more engaging and effective. And before I finish, here is our discussion question. Which approach is more effective, deductive or inductive? Everyone, can you answer to the question,
Okay, so you can answer this question, everyone.
please?
I think
What do you think?
inductive is effective student ability more than deductive approach.
Mm-hmm.
The
You're
reason
not
why?
wrong.
The reason
Uh,
why?
the reason is because when you give the student like the example and then you make the student guess the meaning or apply the rules through your example, it means you make them create ability of the critical thinking and they have uh, the it means they can make decision by themselves.
Mhm.
So this is a very important skill that require the student to conscious themselves.
Mhm.
Thank you. Jim.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vito. Anyone else want to answer to this question?
For me, I think no no approach is more effective than the other. Deductive is effective and inductive is also effective. So we can use either one depending on our situation, the classroom, depending on the student ability. If our students are just beginner, using inductive approach may not be effective. So whether deductive or inductive is effective, it depends. It depends on our preference, our interest, and our students' ability, and our time as well.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kunhuat. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. And yes, that's correct. Our answer is that neither approach is always better than the other. Effective teacher combine different approaches depending on the need of their student and the teaching context. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention, everyone. Do you have any question? You can raise your question, and our team will try our best to answer the question. And if we can't, I will let the lecturer answer it for us.
Okay. So
Thank you.
thank you, Group Sawan, for your nice preparation and presentation. So now we'll come to question and answer. So if anybody have the question, so you can ask directly to the Group Sawan members. Okay. So please. Is it your flaws to ask the question, please, everyone? The group survey topic is talking about teaching grammar. So do you have any concern or any doubt involved to the teaching grammar? I think teaching grammar, it is not easy ways, okay, to teach the student in the class if we don't have any approaches to teach the student. Sometimes the student will be confused, and the student, they just thought that, oh, I feel bored when I start learning about the grammar lesson. Okay, so in the name of you are a teacher or a lecturer in the class, so how can you get your student attention to your teaching grammar? Okay, so you have to show your teaching method in order to get your student pay attention to your teaching process in the class. So it is an easy way that being a teacher have to practice or have to do in the class. Okay, sometimes you can use many methods, not only deductive or inductive approaches, but actually you can teach grammar by using the song. For example, if you start your student or get your student to learn about the past simple, so you can, if it is possible for you, you can write any song related to the past simple. Or sometimes you can search on the social media and copy with the song that talk about the past simple, something like that. So this is your approaches that you have to uh, start, that you have to explore with your teaching grammar. Okay, so if you have any doubt or concern, so please raise your question and ask directly to the group surveillance members. So please. Any question, please? Everyone, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, lecturer.
Yes,
Here
teacher.
clearly, Chair.
Yes, yes.
Lecturer, I got a question.
Yes,
Uh,
please, please.
so for the first presenters, I'm not sure about the word form and structure. So I want
Yes.
you to clarify between the word form and structure. Like you mentioned in the grammar, something involved in grammar, right? So can you clarify these two terminology, two words?
Form and structure, what are
Yeah,
different,
form.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think this one. So please say hi.
Thank you, Honorable. Your question is asking about what is the difference between form and structures.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yes.
My understanding, form is referred to how grammatical item is built, its pattern or constructions. So example like present simple. So the form of present simple is subject plus base verb. Example, I work or she works. And also present continuous, the form of present continuous is subject to be and verb ing. Example like they are studying or he is reading. So that is about the form. So the structures refer to the arrangement of words in a sentence. Example like I give you example like this the affirmative sentence like subject verb objective. So the students read books and the structure of the the present simple is of it's negative like subject do does not plus base verb. The student do not read books. And this is the structures like question structures is do does subject plus base verb. So the student read books. Do the student read books? This the structures. So the different from the form and the structures. So the form is how the grammar is formed, and the structure is how the words are arranged in a sentence. And form focus on a verb, patterns, and grammar rules. And structure focuses on sentence organization. A example like the form is example M is R verb IG is this form. And structure is example like subject plus verb plus object. It is structures. I can give you more present continuous example like the structures. The form of present continuous is subject, verb, M is R, and verb ing. But about the structure is in affirmative, like she is reading a book, and in negative, she is not reading a book. A question: is she reading a book? It is the structure of present continuous. So, like when the student practice the sentence structure, so they're using that grammatical form. So I finally in short like the form mean the grammatical pattern, but the structure is the connotation of a complete sentence using that pattern. That's all for my answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Seha, for your answering this question. So now I have to add. Before I add to your answer, so everyone, if you have any idea to share, okay, with Seha, so please, if you want to share before I add, so please, Ratana, do you want to add your answer?
No, lecturer, I don't.
Anybody? You want to share? Vitu, you want to share? What are the difference between forms and structure?
I don't.
Okay. So I just only add what the say has answer to Vulnerable Tira question are correct, but I just only add in order to make you understand the situation between the word forms and the word structure. So if we talk about form we just refer only the grammatical feature, which the student have learned, have learned from any course book. For example, like you talk about tense. If you talk about tense in English grammar, there are 12 tense, right? Present simple, present continuous, present perfect, past simple, past perfect, past continuous, etc. Right? Okay? And if we just explore each 10 for the present simple, you must say that subjects plus verb present or plus verb 1 and then dot dot, right? So this we call the form of the grammatical of the word 10. Get it? You get it for what I mean to you, everyone? For the form, especially for the Baltira.
Teacher,
Yeah, you get it?
I don't ask the question, but I want to know too.
Okay.
Venerable language.
Late, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I cannot see your name, so that's why I just
Yeah, sure. I got it.
yeah. I just noticed only your voice. And next one refer to the structure. When we talk about structure, we refer to how you form and arrange in your communication. For example, if I have to follow the form of the present simple, like I say, I go to school. I go to school. So this is the communication, this is the sentence that we have to make by following the form of the present simple. And what is the function of the word I? Vulnerable? Lene?
Subject pronoun.
Subject, yes. What is the function or what is the part of speech of the word go?
Verb.
Yes, verb. Verb past, verb 1 or verb participle? Go.
Verb 1.
Yes, verb 1 or verb present, right? So when you say that like this is because structure. You get it?
Yeah, sure.
Get it clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Any question, please? Okay, next question.
Teacher, I have a question.
This is Navi question,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, please Navi.
I want to ask about what is the discovery grammar mentioned.
Discovery grammar.
Yeah, discovery. Yeah.
Okay. So this question refer to Ratana, refer to Seha, or refer to
Ratana, teacher.
okay, Ratana. Yes, please.
And I want to know I interested in the what she said that talking about the games about the like she mentioned the find someone who boat race. Yeah, I want to. She explained one by one about how to use it in the classroom.
Okay, please. Ratana, you here?
Yes, lecturer.
Yes, please.
For the first question, Bong Navi, you asked about discovery grammar mentioned, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Discovery grammar, also known as the discovery approach or inductive grammar teaching, is a method in which students discover grammar rule by themselves instead of receiving the direct explanation from the teacher. And the teachers provide example like touch or activity. The student observe pattern, discuss them, and infer the grammar rules. After that, the teachers confirm or clarify the correct rule. This approach encourage active learning, critical thinking, and better understanding because students are involved in learning process. Do you get it, Bong?
You get it the point of it?
Like
Yes,
it makes students more active, improve critical thinking and problem solving skill, and also increase the engagement and have students remember grammar rule better because they discover they discover them themselves instead of only memorizing them.
You got it the answer, Navi?
Yes, teacher. Yes, thank
Is
you.
it clear?
I'm still.
Okay, so I have to. Okay,
Yeah.
if anyone want to share, so please.
Good morning, teacher and
Yes,
teacher
good
Navi.
morning. Yes.
I want to share something with your question.
Yes.
That's about discovering grammar.
Yeah.
Exactly, discovering grammar it refer to the process the learners actively explore the grammatical by themselves. It is similar to inductive approach because uh, the teacher just give the sentence to the student and the student analyzes the grammar and try to find subject, verb, object by themselves. And in discovering grammar, teacher just guide the student, and also teacher just ask a question to the student, and the teacher role is just walk around and check the student that they are working together or not. And also in this approach, the students themselves just observe the question and analyze the question by themselves, or they can see the idea to each other in the group. In short, discovering grammar it is a kind of student-centered approach. Teacher Navi, do you get it, teacher?
Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you, brother.
Okay. So
Thank
thank
you for
you,
your
how for your sharing among all your group members. So now I have to add to the Navi question. So if we talk about discovery grammar, okay, most learner or most teacher they just say that discovery approach to grammar. So when we talk about discovery grammar, it might be involved to inductive approach. It means that this approach mean the learner are presented with the example of language. For example, so today if you want to teach your student about the continuous, present continuous, you might ask the question to your student that, what are you doing right now? And the student say that, I study, and the other student say that, I am studying in the class right now. Okay? So you can write the example what the student answered to your question on the board or whiteboard. Okay? And then you say that which sentence is happening right now between I study now and I am studying English right now. So which one is happening right now? You can ask the student like this. Okay? So say that, and the smart student in the class will say that, oh, I am studying English right now. This is the activity that happening right now. Something like that. But what I give you the example just only the student who already known or medium or highest level. But for the beginner student, you cannot elicit any question like this. Okay, it depends on the level of the student in the class. You get it, Navi? So
Yeah, teacher.
totally for the discovery grammar, it's involved with the inductive approach. Means you have to give the example to the student first. Okay? And the teacher must be flexible with giving of the example to your student. Get it? Sometimes you can elicit the question, sometimes you can write any example on the board, okay? Or sometimes you can ask them any question in the class, something like that. Okay? Navi, you get it?
Yeah, teacher, I got your point.
Okay. So next question, please.
Teacher, I have one question.
Yes, please.
My question is how to teach grammar effectively. Like, for example, we want to teach them future perfect. So, what should we have to teach them effectively?
Okay. So it means that if you have the lesson to teach your student with the future perfect, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, future perfect lesson. And then you want to know any approaches how to teach the future perfect in your real class more effectively. Okay? You get it? Like this?
Yes.
Okay, so please,
It's it.
group survey member, try to answer this.
Thank you, teacher, for your question. I can say that we cannot say that which one is the best technique for teaching grammar. Here, according to my opinion, I think it refers to your student ability. If your student ability is higher levels, you can use inductive approach for teaching. But if your student is lower levels, you can use deductive approach because in lower level students they cannot understand much about the grammar, so teacher need to explain more and give them example and also usage. But if your student is higher levels, you can use inductive approach because uh, they understand more about the language, about grammar, and they can discuss well. Thank you for your question. I have a little bit idea to say.
Okay, thank you, How, for your answer this question. So next, move to the others. If you want to share, so please, or groups one member, if you want to share, please also.
Lecturers,
Yes, please.
I got another question.
Okay, just wait. I have to sum
Okay.
up each question and then you can ask the other question. Okay. So related to the question, he asked that how to teach grammar on the future perfect. Not only the future perfect, any tense. Okay, more effectively. What I have to share here depends on my experience because more than 20 years experience involved to the teaching English. Uh, Actually, for my experience, before I have to tell them the example or eliciting any question or tell them a form, I have to tell them the learning objective first to them in the class. What is learning objective? When you tell the learning objective before you start your lesson, the student will pay attention or they will join or engage any activity involved to your lesson. The first, I have to tell them the learning objective in the whole class. How can they expect when we end in this lesson? The student will be able to. The first one, like they will identify the form. They have to uh, practice the example or exercise. They have to identify the usages of the any tenses. For example, if you want to teach about the future perfect, you have to identify the form and the usages of the future perfect, and then we have to practice. Okay. So when you tell the learning clearly to the student in the class like this, the student will pay attention. And beside the learning objective, you have to show any, we can say, the real image or the teaching material. Sometimes you have to assign any teaching material into your class or to your lesson. If you talk about the future perfect, you should find any the real image, okay, to show to your student in the class. I think that you can do it because today is the globalization situation, so you should do any the real image in order to attract the student feeling or student pay attention to your lesson, okay, in the class. And after that, you can use inductive approach or deductive approach. You have to decide which one is suitable for your student ability in the class. Okay. If you prefer deductive approach, you can, because most of them have one use for each, deductive or inductive approach. And inductive approach, you also have to show them the example or you have to ask them the question and then you have to write on the whiteboard. Okay? And if you choose this in the inductive approach or if you choose deductive approach, it also has one use for deductive approach. And in the end of this lesson, mean you have to tell them a form, you have to tell them the usages, you have to get your student give example by following the form. Okay, by following the form. And after that, you can get like 5 minutes or 10 minutes get your student to practice some exercise, okay, related to your real lesson in the class. So totally, if you want to get your student involved or engaged to your teaching process, so the first one, you have to tell them with the learning objective first, and second, you have to print or find any activity or the real image to show your student related to your grammar. And the next, you have to use any method, inductive approaches, a deductive approach or inductive approach. And the second, you have to get your student to give any example by follow the form, okay? And after that, you have to get your student to practice. The small exercise, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, is depend on the time, okay? So these are my experience I always practice in the class. You get it?
Got it. Thank
Yes,
you so
yeah.
much.
Yes. Okay, so next question, please.
Lecturer, actually, just want the third presenter to to explain on how to play some game, like because there's a game she mentioned in her presentation, like find someone. Actually, I don't know how to play this one. I saw this a lot, but I don't know how to play. So I want her to show like the step, the process.
Okay, so I think the last presenter in group 7 is Iratana. Yes, please.
Thank you, Venerable. Like, do you want me to explain all
Yeah,
the
just explain
game?
the process. Yeah, the process, like how to play, how this game. Yeah.
Find someone who, right?
Yes.
The process is like I will explain you like how to play it. The teacher give each student like a worksheet with prompt such as find someone who has visit another country, like, or find someone who like reading books, something like that. And students walk around the classroom asking their classmate question. For example,
Okay, I get it. Okay. What? Go ahead.
have you ever visited another country? Something like that. And if the answer is yes, they write that classmate's name on the worksheet.
I see.
And the student who complete the most answer correctly win.
I
Do
see.
you get it now?
Yeah. I get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable.
Okay. Yes, you are right, Ratana. Yes, find someone who. Have you ever heard about this game? So when you play this game, the student will enjoy to your teaching process or to your lesson. Okay, find someone who. For example, if you want to teach your student about the future perfect, okay, and you can assign any table or the paper. You assign any question inside of your paper, okay, and then in the end of your lesson, you want your student to play game with find someone who, okay. You have to write a title of that, and you get your student to practice only the 10 to 15 minutes to practice with game. It depends on the time. You can assign 5 question or 10 question or 8 question. It depends on your time, okay. For example, if the student say that like finish reading a book by next month, you can ask, the student have to walk around in the class and you can ask this question. If one of the classmates say that yes, okay, you have to write the name. If the student have to follow and ask the question like this again, until the student have to complete the name of their classmate in the class. So if they have to complete all the name, so they can say that yes, and bingo, mean I win. Okay, so this is the process of how to play the grammar game with the future perfect. Okay, you get it?
Yeah, lecture. Yes.
Yes.
Clear.
Okay, so I think that's all, but I just have only one question to group number seven. So my question is very simple. Are you ready? Ratana, how and say ha? It's very simple, right? My question is that if we just look at any language, not only our mother tongue, English, French, okay, Korean, Japanese, they have their own grammar. And if we just look at English language, it also have their own grammar. So my question is that why do we need to learn about grammar? This is my question. You get it, my question? Why do we need to learn grammar?
Yes, lecturer, can I?
Yes, please.
I think, for my opinion, I think we need to learn grammar because grammar is the system of rules that help us organize words into meaningful and correct sentences. And every language, including English, Khmer, like you mentioned, French, Korean, or Japanese, or another language, has its own grammar. Without grammar, communication can be like confusing and unclear. Grammar help us express our idea accurately and understand other people's message correctly. It also improve our speaking, writing, reading, and listening skill. And therefore, learning grammar is not just about memorizing rule. It is about using the language effectively and communicating with confidence. Thank you, lecturer.
Okay, thank you, Ratana. Okay, anybody want to share? Please. Okay, please.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yeah.
I'm Lee.
Yes, Chan Lee. Yes, please.
Yeah. Why do we need to learn grammar? Personally, I think grammar enables the learner to make it rapid progress. The second, grammar enables the learner to reduce the grammatical mistake. And the last, grammar enables learner to use it on a more formal basis. That's it, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Chan Lee, for your sharing. Yes, please. Anybody want to share?
Yes, teacher, I want to say a little bit for the
Please.
focus on to we learn grammar, help us explain our idea accurately or avoid misunderstanding. It improve our ability to form correct sentence.
Yeah.
Knowledge of grammar help us understand spoken and written language more easily. Focus on support the developing of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, so I think that's all for your sharing. Yes, your sharing are correct, but I just only want to sum up this question. You have to look at this sentence. She go to school. Is it correct sentence or incorrect sentence?
Incorrect, Chair.
Why do
Incorrect
you know?
sentence.
Personally, I think she go. Yeah, the word go is a finite verb, so the word go must agree with the third person singular, the word she. That's why that we need to add es to support to agree with the third person singular.
Okay, thank you. So you must add as, right? Do you agree, everyone?
Yes, I'm agree, lecturer.
Yes, you agree. Yes. Okay, you are right. The reason why we want to learn about grammar, only two words. Only two words. The first one, we want to know about the word right. We want to know about the word right. And second, we want to know about the word wrong. Okay? This is the reason. Right or wrong? The reason why we have to learn about grammar because we want to know the word right, we want to know the word wrong. For example, if you don't know grammar, you must say that she go to school. She go to school. If you don't know grammar, she បកប្រែខ្មែរថានាង go បកប្រែខ្មែរថាទៅសាលារៀនគឺ school អញ្ចឹង she go to school. If you don't know about the grammar. But if you know about the grammar, you say that this sentence is incorrect. It's wrong. Because the word go end with letter O. So in the grammar rule, for the word that end with letter O, not letter O, C-H, okay, and use with third person singular, he, she, it, or the name of the people, so you must add es in the end of each word. Why do you know this one? Because you know about the grammar. You get it? And the other example. I go to school yesterday. Is it correct? The sentence?
No.
No, incorrect sentence, right? Why do you know? Because you understand the grammar. The sentence you make about the past simple. Why do you use the word go as the present verb? Get it? So you must change the word go to when. I went to school yesterday. Something like that, right? So it is correct. So the reason why we have to learn about the grammar because we want to know right or wrong. Isn't it? You get it?
Got it.
Yes. This is the answer to this question. Okay. So that's all. Thank you for the group 7 for your nice preparation and present your topic. Thank you so much. Okay. And thank you everyone
Thank
for
you,
your sharing.
lecturers.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.